Case Study: Child Custody in the UAE, Legal Analysis and Outcomes. Custody laws in the United Arab Emirates are mainly set down in the Federal Law No. 28 of 2005, UAE Personal Affairs Law. The recently enforced Federal Decree Law No. 41 of 2022 also covers custody arrangements for non-Muslims in the UAE, among other provisions. However, the following court judgment is based on Federal Law No. 28 of 2005, and therefore, as referred to the articles of this law in particular, in covering the court's discretion in family law issues. A recent custody case at our firm shows some of the reasons behind a final decision proffered by the Court of Cassation. A married couple living together agreed to a mutual divorce in 2004 and filed accordingly in the family court. The couple had a daughter together, and they decided to write up an agreement that gave the mother custody of the girl until she reached the age of 7 years. At such a point in time, the daughter would automatically go to her father, the guardian, and he would be considered both the guardian and the custodian. When the daughter reached 7 years of age, the mother refused to hand her over to the father. The father filed a claim in court to seek the enforcement of their original agreement, by which he would gain custody of the child. The mother objected to the agreement's enforcement and sued accordingly. After the agreement was originally made in 2004, new legislation was passed in the area of family law in 2005. The most relevant change of law was Article 156 of the Personal Affairs Law, which states that the custody of a child should go to the mother until 11 years of age for a boy and 13 years of age for a girl. In that same clause, the law sets out that this circumstance can change if the court determines something else is best for the child. The mother made claims under 3 different laws. Under Article 110(2), in a divorce, if both parties cannot agree on the expenses for the child or the child's custody, then they cannot agree to withdraw the custody itself. Under Article 156, the mother claimed the agreement was unenforceable. Lastly, the mother claimed the agreement should be executed and the child should forcibly be taken from the father by the court, per Article 158. The Court of First Instance agreed with the mother and found that the agreement was unenforceable due to current federal legislation and that the daughter would stay with the mother until she reached the age of 13 years. The husband successfully appealed the decision in the Court of Appeals and was consequently awarded custody of his daughter. Following this decision, the wife appealed to the Court of Cassation, which is similar to Western society's Supreme Court. A decision from the Court of Cassation is final and cannot be further appealed. The final decision in the Court of Cassation upheld the judgment of the Court of Appeals, meaning the father was awarded custody of the child consistent with the agreement made by the parents in 2004. Although there was current legislation that contradicted the terms of the agreement, it is important to note that the court held this legislation was not retroactive. According to the court, the agreement was entered into amicably and mutually and should not be overturned. The court found that no circumstances had changed that would render it in the child's best interests to stay with the mother, and therefore there was no obstacle in granting the father custodianship. The decision rendered by the Court of Cassation took into account what was best for the child in choosing to make the law non-retroactive. Though current legislation is not normally applied to agreements made before the passing of the law, the court kept the door open to applying it retroactively if there were any changed circumstances. For instance, if at the time the agreement was to be executed, it was in the child's best interests to stay with the mother, the court would have applied current legislation, or even extended the mother's custodianship to past 13 years of age for the daughter. This case shows a great deal of detail of discretion awarded to courts in deciding family law issues.
For more of our latest updates, like and subscribe to this channel.